All right. So, how's it going? A young broke chef um, essentially asked me a question. He said, "What do you do when there's a regime? Oh my gosh, regime change. Oh my gosh, I'm just butchering this shit. It's been a long fucking day. But essentially, when you get a new boss or corporate changes or there's a buyout, if you're a corporate chef, sometimes they get bought and things change, departments merge, things of that nature. But on a smaller scale, as far as a club or a restaurant or a mom and pop, what do you do when you get a new boss and they change things around, or maybe their style isn't what you're used to, or their pace isn't what you're used to? Here's what I recommend. You have to weigh out your options. Seriously, you have to weigh out your options. See if, because a lot of times people run away from change, or they hesitate when it comes to change. But you really need to weigh out your options. Is this situation gonna benefit me in any way? Could I learn from this new person? Is there a reason for me to learn from this new person? Like, are they good at what they do? Are they not good at what they do? You have to weigh out your own personal options. And I say your own personal options because every person is different. Everyone's life is different, okay? I've been on the side of the conqueror and I've been the conquered. And from my experience, the best thing that I could tell you, my young broke chef, is you have to weigh out your options. And one of the biggest things is, could I learn from the situation? Could I learn from this new person? Could I learn from this new boss? Because you don't know necessarily what their job requirements are or why they came to the company in the first place. They could have been told that, hey, we need you to come in here, clean house, get rid of these shitty employees, XYZ. Or it could be, we need you to come here, spruce up the menu, bring a little life into the place, XYZ. You don't know what battery is put in their back, but you do have to understand that just like you have a job, they have a job. Just like you have requirements to get your paycheck, they have requirements to get their paycheck also. So it's a give and take. Like you have to be flexible. And believe me, I understand that there are situations where flexibility is not an option. It's just a takeover, my way or the highway. Oh, you can get the fuck out if you want to. I just bring one of my people in here. Like I've seen it. Chefs will come in, take over a place, new head chef, ruffle some people's feathers. People say, fuck this shit, I'm out. Chef says, okay, cool beans, makes a phone call, and in 2 days you got a new person. So it's in your best interest to not cause friction or resistance. And I say that because it's in your best interest, because all it does is cause frustration. Your work ethic goes down. The new boss or new chef, that relationship is pretty much toast, or it causes more friction. So the best thing that I feel is, if you feel there's a lot of friction, then bow out gracefully. Give your 2-week notice. Say, hey, this isn't working for me. I'm gonna go elsewhere. And if you're gonna do that, by all means, chef understands, unc understands. But do it smart. Be wise about it. Have another job secured before you give your 2-week notice. jobs are okay with that. Hey, so you're gonna hire me on? Yeah, we're gonna hire you on at this rate. Awesome. We think you have potential, and we like your energy. We like how bright and bubbly you are. We can't wait to get started. Okay, I just need to give my other job a 2-week notice, and then I'll start. So I could probably start on this day, XYZ. They're perfectly fine with that, because that shows them that when you're ready to leave them, you'll do it properly. But don't try to cause resistance. And I understand there's usually a lot of emotion when it comes to change, especially in the kitchen, because you're used to doing things a certain way. You get in a rhythm, and now that rhythm has abruptly changed, and you really feel like you don't have a voice. A lot of times you don't have a voice. A lot of times you just a worker, put your head down, get your fucking paycheck, get the fuck out. A lot of times you don't. Sometimes you do. If you're in a situation where you have a voice, you need to voice your opinion peacefully and humbly, because you're not the boss. Switch the roles for a minute. You're sitting behind the big desk, and someone comes to you with resistance. Wouldn't you rather them come to you as an adult? Hey chef, or hey boss, this is how I feel about XYZ changes. I don't like XYZ. I do like XYZ, and this is why. Okay, cool. Now we can have a conversation. And as a boss, you can either choose to explain yourself, and I'm not saying, I shouldn't have to explain myself as a boss. A lot of times you do have to explain yourself as a boss, so that you and your subordinates are on the same fucking page. So yeah, it's in your best interest to explain yourself. Like, communication is key, whether it's at work, whether it's in a fucking relationship with your wife, girlfriend, family. Communication is always key. And I know I am a horrible person when it comes to communication, but I try to at least be transparent when it comes to my job. So, oh man, I'm sorry everybody, I went off on a tangent. But if you were on the other side and you were the boss, you'd like someone to have a conversation with you as an adult, and to be respectful, and to understand that you are the authority. So when you want to voice your opinion the other way, that's how you should do it. And yes, I am speaking of a perfect world where two people respect each other as human beings. I understand that is not always the case. Sometimes you got dickheads with chips on their shoulders and egos, and that's on both sides, the boss and the subordinate. They can have egos, chips on their shoulders, bad attitudes, either way. But it's in your best interest, personally, for growth, to learn how to voice your opinion humbly and as an adult, human to human. And I know I fuck that shit up. I do. Because I'm an emotional being. Human beings are emotional fucking creatures. But you have to check that shit. You do. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. Especially over time. You have to get in the habit of, think about what you want to say, right? Say it in here, so that when you voice it out here, it's gone through sort of a filter. It's not just instantly, fuck that shit! It's more like, you know what? I don't like this. And I don't like this because. That's a lot better than, fuck this shit is stupid, all y'all die. And a lot of times you get more, you get more ears that way. People are more willing to listen. Like, okay, what is the problem? Because you seem very frustrated. Well, this is the problem, XYZ, and then when you change XYZ, it caused XYZ. Oh snap, I didn't know that. Well, maybe we can meet in the middle and do this. I'm just speaking from experience, because I've done both. I've humbly spoken my opinion, and I've went off. And I've learned my lesson. And I'm telling you, if you want to keep your change, you want to keep your money, it's in your best interest to make an escape plan when you don't like regime change. That's the best thing you can do, because the new empire doesn't care. The new empire sees it as, okay, cool, you got off the boat, good. That means you understand that You can't deal with this shit. You can't stand the heat. Get out the fucking kitchen. We'll find somebody who can. That's how the empire thinks of it, because when you're at the top of the empire, you have a to-do list. You have something to do. You have a purpose. And if you have people jumping off ship, that's not going to deter your journey. That's not going to deter your purpose. You just have to replace them motherfuckers. It's just a cog in the system. So you have to think about it from both ways. So if you don't like the new empire, humbly make an escape plan. Or see if you can get along with the new empire. You might be able to learn something, and it might not be as bad as you thought it was in the beginning. It's also very possible. But it's really all I got. It's something that I wish an older chef, or actually an older human being, would have told me when I was a young broke chef. But once again, a lot of this can be used for older chefs, younger chefs, but I'm specifically speaking to the young broke chef. Speaking to myself. Humbly make an escape plan, boss. Or try to work with the new empire. But you have to think about yourself. You have to think about what's best for you, what's best for your growth. And I'm out. Oh, I gotta press it now. Y'all be good. Wherever you are, I hope it's low stress, and I hope you're trying to relax, and I hope this information, does you some good.